Hey guys, good morning. How are you? I'm almost about to over my stay. But anyways, welcome to Yessayana's Way, vibing with Yessayana. I know like what is going on with Yessayana's here today. Well, this is what you call texture. You let it do its own thing, then you unbraid it. See, I have a couple of braids in here. Once you unplait them, you let them go. So, guys, there's so much to talk about. Some breakthroughs, okay? I want to make an announcement. I became a moderator for the official Anthony Dewberry page. That's my man, too. So I'm happy he entrusted me to be a moderator, you know what I mean? And I have to be on my best behavior because it's not my channel. So I just got to delete the comments, which is not hard, and basically post the Cash App, um, you know, Cash App notice. But peeps these, and there's a new show they're starting to called The Hard Way. Charleston White, um, OG Sane, and Dewberry. I'm telling you, listen, I might chime in on that show. I won't be a moderator because Charleston White and OG Sane, they be on some shit. They be on some shit. They be hitting it. Charleston White is like this. If it was the scale, right, it would be Dewberry would be that tall, like post in the middle, and Charleston White in OG Sane would be the scales. And believe me, they would be tilted. Now I wonder if they're the same sign. If those two are the same sign because they act just alike. They say some outrageous real shit. You might not like it, but can you respect it? See, that's the thing with the truth. You might not like the truth, but can you respect it? And I don't know why a lot of men ain't chiming in on the thought with AIDS now. Shit, let's just keep it real. She was an Instagram model out there doing her 1-2 flying. See, I'd rather be a broke bitch. Everybody want to talk about broke motherfuckers, but they seem to be outliving the rich people. Dig that. All your money, all your trips around the world, all your experiences. Damn, you're dead. And I'm here to talk about it. Now, that's some real shit. But that lady, Miss Two, she was a bitch to her mother. Hmm. They ain't talking about that. She let it come out a little bit. She said, my mother was asking me, do I think I have the AIDS? And she said, I thought she was just talking shit. Maybe she was reading some shit and trying to be nice. But when you have a volatile situation with your children, everything you say to them is explosive. Like you the fucking enemy. Bitch, I done carried you 9 months, raised you for up 10 years until you decided to get on that bullshit and be on some grown man shit. You know what I mean? Hey, baby. Good morning. Hood Hampton's my other favorite YouTuber. Good morning. Salute to you, my brother. You know what I mean? Like, you think I'm the enemy? After I done sacrificed my motherfucking life, my time, my everything, my coochie cat, and I'm the enemy? I'm gonna tell you something wrong? Okay, it's time for you to bump your head. Hey, Jay Hood. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jay. I'll take your compliment, baby. Keep them coming. Thank you. So when you have children and they think that you're their enemy, because you have to be for the kids who think that you're their enemy, you just gotta have their back. Like her mother has her back. Like I will have my children's back because I know I'm not the fuck up. You know what I mean? Get out of here. What you posting on my thing for? You know what I mean? I know I'm not the fuck up. And her mother's there for her like a real parent would be, even though your kid be breaking your heart, treating you like you a stranger, like, you out there to get them and the motherfuckers that got them, they never say nothing bad about them. They put them niggas on a pedestal. Like, it's not me, oh Lord. All I could do is get away and be there for you because I see the people who love you see the brick wall. They see you going down the rabbit hole. They see you crashing, boom. And then guess what? Because I'll read your comment in a minute, sweetie. Because one day when that shit hit them, you ain't even got to tell them I told you. The truth tells them that. They just didn't want to listen. See, God know how to make you listen. You don't gotta listen to me. I love you. I ain't trying to hurt you. They be thinking, oh, cause I fuck with this man or that woman, she got it going on. They be thinking the money is everything. The cars is everything. The big houses is everything. But it can't save them when they be in her position. Gina too. And I think it's a fucking made up story, and AIDS is about to rebound, and they're about to put some type of pharmaceutical out. Hold on, sweetie. Oh, guys, wait, y'all don't be on this chat arguing, okay? Now, I'm going to read your messages in a minute, but let me just do my thing. Keep your comments coming and share some insight if you got it, because that's what the world is about. The world is about us just, connecting and sharing our experiences and helping one another to get through them. We're navigating each other. That's why they call us the fish. We in this world is the ocean, the sea, because you know what? Ooh, it'd be some little pond, it'd be some little fishes and some big waters around this bitch. Okay? And you gotta stay sober. That's the difference between a person being delusional and thinking they're living a good life, because they be shriveling up like the skeletons. You can't tell them nothing. I said, damn, Satan got you motherfuckers looking bad around here. Because you know what? We could be in the same situation, nigga, but I ain't doing that. I'm staying true to whatever I'm going through. You understand? So I don't want to hear that shit. I got to. I can't. No, motherfucker. I don't want to be around here doing everything under the sun. Just like I already feel bad. I'm here. I got to get up the fuck out of this bitch. And I'm trying, believe me. So let me read your thing. I would like to take you out to dinner one day. Hopefully we can get to know each other. So, okay. All right. So anyways, guys. So it was something else I wanted to talk about too. That was good. Hold on, I have a lot of things too I wanted to talk about. With this lady too, Miss Gina too. If you go to some people and you're interested in them, you'd be like, what was their first video? So when I googled YouTube, I said Gina two's first video. They just keep giving me stuff random, or maybe I just got to go down the timeline. But I think that is such a wonderful search engine. Like, why you can't get her number one video? Like, I don't know what's going on. Are they trying to promote stem cells? I mean, like, who knows what the hell is going on? And she got to be linked to more than Nick Cannon. Do you know who I would want to do a nice story on her? Celebrity underrated. He gonna keep it in perspective and show her some love too. And his favorite word is that's sad. You know what? After he's finished explaining it to you, you agree. That's sad. You understand what I'm saying? Like, damn, you went out like that. Like, I can't get rich. I'm poor now, and I left the far away from the nose and the depression and the. I just can't get no money and blow it and not forget where I came from. Motherfucker, are you crazy? I don't understand, but I guess it go with the game stupidiness, because y'all need some. I mean, like, people ain't in your ear like, yo, y'all chill out, man. When you love someone, you say chill out. If you don't give a fuck, you let them run run the race, nigga. I got you. Believe me, because some people you can't tell anything. Some people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. Miss Two, she never wanted to hear the truth. I know her story's fabricated, because I'm a person that is really serious about health. even if I'm scared, doctor, what is this? And can we fix it? Because I want to live until I die. It would never get to the point where they have to say, do you know you got AIDS? A professional will never approach you like that. First of all, they're gonna they're gonna suggest those labs. Okay? If you've been going to your doctor forever, I've been going to my doctor forever. Forever. Like for myself, truthfully, real for myself, truthfully, outside of bouncing around the doctors, like since 2011, I really got serious with my healthcare. One professional being accurate. In fact, it was a sister, African woman, who put me down. She said, "Hey, listen, I don't care how many hospitals you go to, and no one going to co-sign no paperwork if they don't know you. You have to establish a relationship with your doctor." And then, I must have been in my right mind at that time because I did agree with her. I was like, you know what, that's true. Because when you start processing things, you start thinking like, you know what, would you do that? So from that point forward, I've been always just truthful. I mean, I would go and do the regular checkups. I mean, my my medical thing is this big. I'm 52, so it's not like a big like files and files, but I got one folder that's pretty size, decent, and my doctor can say they know something about me, and that's throughout my medical history. Now, of course, I haven't kept the same doctor forever, but my doctor that I had since 2011, and in fact, I just asked her doctor, can we love our doctors? Is it okay to love our doctors? She said, yes, you can. And she said, but I don't love mine. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's the truth. She said, I have to find another one because you want a rapport with your doctors. And I'm sorry, that sister went everywhere but to the hospital and to her primary care doctor. Because off the record, she probably had a lot of income, but on the record, like, and then those people have to understand if you like, okay, I can't speak for anyone else, but I can speak for myself. Okay. So in 2018, 19, I was a cashier at a supermarket. My hours were cut, and it changed my financial status and situation. So I was able to get free, not free care, but Medicaid, because I think Medicare is for the older people. So Medicaid, I was able to get this thing where I live. It's called Mass Health, and probably where you live it would be called Delaware Health. Free medical health care. It's not free, but it's from the government. I qualified for that. So I got that. Understand what I'm saying? Which was good because I had two major operations on both my hands. Come to 18 to 2019. So now 2019 come. I ended up getting I went through the whole. So I still had Medicare, I still had Medicaid insurance. I still had government insurance. So I had got a job, a better job, making like doing 75 hours, making good money at that time. It was all right, $20 an hour. I was working for the state at that time, but I didn't get the insurance because I had the government insurance. So I didn't sign up for the job insurance. You know how they offer you insurance at your job? So I declined that. Moving forward, okay, we going to the pandemic now. Nobody's going to the hospital because the only time you go into the hospital is if you got the coronavirus. But at that time, I didn't have corona. but I still was under the guise, well, under the understanding that I had the government insurance. Plus, I received a document from the government telling me I had insurance. So now this is where the shit get fucked up. I go to the hospital because okay, so now my first appointment was in May. If you follow me, then you remember me telling you because my face has started breaking out really, really bad. It's on my TikTok video. I have, but oh my gosh, my face, and I was picking it, and that made it worse. But it was looking like pallets, platelets, like blood platelets. Every time I would pick my face, I had these. Even up until I worked for Amazon, I had these, like so bad. Listen, they said it was the mask, but mine's is on triple overload. My face was so bad. I was like, oh, my skin, I couldn't. I had to deal with it. You know, having no teeth and fucked up skin too. I was really, really going through it. Okay. And then I had my people had ended up going to a, they left their graduation party and went to another party and ended up drowning at that residence. So they never came out of that house. You understand? Even though they walked in it. And so I went there to support them and protest against the town. So I had to take my mask off. Oh my gosh, my face was horrible. I was so embarrassed. And I don't even like makeup. And me and my daughter, we was getting into it because I was like, damn, I gotta wear this makeup. And she was like, you ain't gotta wear it. Like trying to tell me what I gotta do when I know what I gotta do and I didn't want to do it and it was hot too. So anyways, we went and we protested. My face was looking so bad, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I record everything and take pictures because in my book, I'm going to talk about all of this. Okay, so my face was so bad and I had to deal with it. Like my medication cost like $200. Let me show you this medication, okay? So how I was keeping it down, I was just using grandma's remedies. You know what I mean? How I was keeping it maintained. I was putting fucking Desitin on my face, everything. The doctor said, did it work? I said, yeah. It maintained it. It didn't spread it. You know, so I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to use this benzoate peroxide. This is the cheap shit. This, you know, they give you this a mile a dozen. You can get this anywhere. I had to use this medication, clindamycin, clindamycin. This costs like $40, like $50 for this little bottle. This originally cost $200 and some change, but I had to pay $101 out of my pocket. This medicine right here, I fought for this. They told me they wasn't gonna give it to me because people use it for wrinkles and it's a high tier medication and the bitch had it back there all of that goddamn time trying to tell me what the fuck she wasn't giving me and make a decision for me. That pissed me off. You understand? She tried to put it on the insurance company, then my doctor. There was a whole bunch of this back and forth bullshit trying to tell me no. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. I knew that my insurance paid for veneers, implants. I ain't sick. I got a skin disorder. It ain't like I got motherfucking reptilian skin running around this bitch. She said, do you understand me? I said, no. Do you understand me? I came here for my medication and I'm coming to get it. Now, I was upset because they wasn't seeing me prior to that because I didn't have no insurance. This is why I got the job. And the insurance, they wasn't even keeping it real with me. Okay, because in the beginning, they was like, okay, you could get it, but here was the deal. If you don't get insurance when you first get a job and you miss the enrollment date, you have to wait until the next enrollment date. So I was out here without insurance. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have insurance. That's what made me get the job at Amazon because I did try to pay for the insurance, but because I missed the enrollment, it didn't matter. The only thing could happen for me was My husband, which I wasn't married, could put me on his insurance. I get a new job, or I had a life threatening condition. None of that applied. So I had to get the job because when I went to the hospital, I couldn't be seen unless I had $400. I was like, oh, I don't got no $400. And then I found out I didn't have no insurance. I was constantly praying, Lord, please don't let me get hurt. Don't let me get injured. Don't let me get anything. I was willing to die at home because I didn't have any insurance. Because they was like, yo, to walk up in the the emergency room, it was like $3,000, and no hospital will see you until you pay that bill. And I expressed this before in the past. But the bottom line with the medicine is because I called another insurance company linked to, I called another number called eScripts linked to my insurance, and they did whatever. Boom, I got the medicine. The bitch didn't even want to come out and serve me. Then the other lady said, and then the guy who served me was like, oh, you did? Yeah, I did. And I didn't pay a cent for it because I have that insurance that they give you. It's like a HSM card, a health insurance card. You have to spend the money. So I have that too. So I didn't pay anything out of pocket for nothing. Thank you, Lord. I just buy. I'm a payer. If it sounds good, it sounds like it's just gonna help me, I will pay. You understand? I'm a payer. That's me. I don't want no problems. I just want to pay for it, and I need the word of God, and we need to do this. Okay? So, anyways, let me tell you. So, moving forward, so when I go to my hospital appointment, they wasn't gonna see me because I didn't have the insurance. hmm Fast forward, I get the job at Amazon. This is when I got the insurance. Okay? So, I'm saying if you have money, if you had connections, I didn't have money and I didn't have connections, but I wasn't looking like that. My weight didn't drop suddenly, and I was like, yo, and if she had a precondition, they would have took her immediately. And see, this is what everybody don't realize. This what the conspiracy and the oath be about when you get into the world of entertainment. Lies, delusion, and deception, which goes back to lies. You ride it until the wheels fall off. They got to go to the grave not saying anything about what they are experiencing or going through. They have to let it come out the way they have to show themselves. That's God's doing. To let the other people see just what it is in truth. You understand? You can know anybody you want. If you look at that guy's show, Celebrity Underrated, he talks about the guy from In the Heat of the Night, the black guy. We all know him and love him. He played in a lot of movies. He talked about him. And he was saying how that man used to dress in women's clothing, and wear wigs and strut his stuff. He wanted to die being a woman. He wanted to take that lie all the way to the grave and didn't mind. But in the end, he couldn't even come out and let us see him. But there were three people that bear witness to his end. And one lady said it was sad. Said he was sitting there. She went to go bring him groceries because at the end of his death sentence, he couldn't do shit for himself, like she can't do nothing for herself. But you know who's there for them? The people that really love them and care about them and see past their money and see them as a human being. That's the mercy of God. Those type of people, good, righteous people. Her mother helping her. She said, I'm like a newborn all over again. But when she was on her good 2 feet, she gave her mother. I'm talking about Miss Gina too. Okay, we back to her. She gave her mother her ass to kiss. Was disrespectful and some more shit. Now she's at the mercy of her mother. Okay, because everyone says, see, this is what they don't tell you when you go against the word of God and people co-sign that shit for you. They say, oh yeah, you can do that. Woe unto you. Woe unto you. Remember that song Black Rob wrote? Woe? That means many sorrows to you. When you say good is evil and evil is good. She didn't want to listen to her mother. She's a gorgeous lady, beautiful, but most of them rotten apples are rotten to the fucking core. And they think their beauty entitles them. And that's where they go wrong. Because they think because they get around people with money, you ain't shit. The one who raised them, took care of them, did right by them before they got to that state. You know that little girl, Krishan? I love her because she care about her family. She has compassion and she had to realize it ain't about her woes is bigger than money. It's her family that's fucked up. But she gotta let them go. She can't do anything about them, but that's between her and her family because she loves them. And I say do until you can't do. But she love her family, but that's what she's struggling. But again, back to what I was saying with that oath, they can't say nothing. Even the women that be down with them, they can't say nothing. Now I think they trying to something with AIDS is about to come up in the masses for all of us. Believe me, what I tell you. Look at the stories. Look at the storyline. Look what everyone around YouTube is saying the same story. Nobody is saying nothing new about this lady, just the same shit. And then they trying to tell you about how she got raped, sexually molested. She could have. My doctor said that. A lot of women get sexually assaulted down there in the homeless camp. Uh, I just didn't. Thank you, Lord. But it happened. She said she could have got it from a dirty tattoo. Well, I would have thought that AIDS been out since the 80s, the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We all was aware of it. By the time she's 27, now she's the same age as my baby girl. I don't know if it was out, but what the fuck was going on in your family? But she said she left her family. She left and went to New York. $600 in her clothing on her back. So if you were smart enough to travel that far and big enough to make that decision, I'm ready for the world, or at least I think I am, then you gotta be held accountable. God bless your mother, girl. I hope this is a story for all you disrespectful, disobedient, ungodly children out here that go against the people, your parents especially, that love you. Watch this lady's story because when mama was on her good feet, she was giving everybody her ass to kiss, especially her mother. Her mother probably went through a lot of shit and got through it. Praise the Lord. Okay? Now, the ones there to take care of her, just like these niggas when they go to jail, their mother. Thank God her mother is still alive. She better thank the God above. He left someone around to care for her because people are vicious. See, people are vicious when you up. When it's your turn, they're vicious. But when it's their turn, they get so humble. I see that right there. That's the reality of when people say be humble. See, that's a humbleness that only God can give you. That's the real humbling experience. Uh, she's eating a lot of humble pie right now. Okay, so I'm a Nosa. I hate that bitch. I never resignated, and Lord forgive me for saying hate because I despise her. I disdain her with all my heart. I never liked her. I always thought that she was a dirty birdie. And then when she went to work for Trump, you know that bitch was a dirty birdie. She's in with them Illuminatis and them elites too. We gotta be researching these hoes and bastards and shit. Okay? You ain't chosen for that shit by design. That like, you know what I mean? Like, no, you was designed for that. With that position that you are in is specifically tailored for you. Amanosa, that bitch is rotten. That bitch is a lizard for real, for real. She is a reptilian, one of them old ones. That bitch don't have no heart. She swindled this man out of his money. And that bitch is still working. She swindled this man out of his whole inheritance. And she is still working. Now she's announcing for the the celebrity boxing matches. She's an announcer on that shit. That bitch been around the world and she still ain't shit. She stole that guy's inheritance. I'm just gonna keep it real. She did that. Nobody but her. He was with her for a short period of time and managed to write his family out the will, but give them minimal in the will and change his whole will to her name. Put it in her name. That don't even sound right. Because most people know men are cheap. But if they love you, they fucks with you. But if they just fucking you, they ain't giving your ass shit but a hard, stiff dick. A promise, I'll be back, and they will if it's good. Right, because niggas ain't shit. They are like dangling carrots in your face with a good, yeah, I mean, between their legs. But when you old enough to know better, and you heard that story over and over again, one time too many, it's up to you. It's up to you to say, you know what? I don't want to be treated like this. Damn, we all grow up at some point. You be like, nah, I'm good. Gotta be content with where you are and who you are. Who you are, you gotta be content with that because that's what it is and where you are. And what I always tell everybody, everyone ain't starting from the point of riches. Just be your damn self. You know, and that's what YouTube allow us to be as ourselves, to invite people into our daily lives and share what's happening in our world, whether we're inspiring, entertaining, helping, but we doing something that says you're welcome to see me and how I live. I'm not gonna always look good in my regular life. I don't even like. I just like to take a shower, do my hair, put on a little pop. That is what's that? Lip gloss and keep it pushing. And now put my teeth in my mouth and keep it pushing. God damn it. Okay. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, I forgot the teeth, but fuck it, I keep it pushing. You understand? But let me tell you something. I'm content because I know enough to know that if you put your trust in me, and he will disappoint you, because you can be a certain way to a person, don't mean they're a certain way to you. You understand? I know y'all don't understand why I'm coming at Omarosa like that, and she's another black woman. First of all, let me tell you something, because we are all brown sometimes, okay? Colored don't mean we're all of one group. You know what I mean? Yeah, we have many colors. Don't mean we're all of one group. Don't mean we all think the same. Don't mean I got your back. That lady swindled that man. She wouldn't even let the people come in his house and sold his house. Someone sent that bitch. Even though you might think I met her at the supermarket, but when someone knows your fucking routine, they put people on your path. It's up to you to be like, peep their game and what they're about and how they come at you. Some bitches is rotten to the core. I just dealt with a rotten motherfucking bitch to the core and meant it. And really look at the shit and glow. And it's like mockery in my face for what I did for you. God bless you. But see, I'm a G, nigga. And before I took care of you, I took care of me. And that's what makes me a G. See, a G know how to let it go and rebuild it. Get it again. Maybe they don't want to, but sometimes you have to. You can't look at the who's, the what's, the why's, the eyes. Leave that shit all behind. Move forward. You're going to come out better. Believe me. Motherfucker, when you walk out on faith and you land on your feet like a cat, you know, my cat has 9 lives. So when someone throw a cat, it lands on its feet. Some of us is black cats around this bitch. White cats, striped cats, old cats. The old cats still run around the hood like, yo, I dare you, bitch. And mean it. Been through so many motherfucking battles, the rain, the snow, the sleet, the winter, the summer, the fall. Them old cats be like, damn, like, walk with that certain, like, walk. Like, I will fucking swipe your ass. Fuck with me. Be like, okay, have the humans scared. Because you know that cat done been through some things. Okay? Like, you got this cat. I'm not even fucking with you no more. So, I said that to say this. Be careful. Because you know what? People is always watching you, even when you're not watching them. When I had to go in the shelter, I was scared. I was scared to go in that area. I was scared to go from a short distance to a long distance within the perimeter because I had to leave my weapons. I couldn't take my weapons with me. Even when I had to go to, I couldn't hide them because there's a lot of homeless people out there, drug addicts, and some more shit. They be looking for drugs and they're going to come across my shit and they're going to want to keep it because every homeless person has a knife, especially the men. I seen so many blades. I was down there handing out water and I seen so many blades and I said, Lord, I guess if something pop off, I'm going to have to die because I didn't have nothing on me. All I have is this and I'm already outnumbered because I'm pretty much around men. And I'm only 5'2" and 182 pounds. God damn it. I ain't got nothing but win. Okay? Shit. But I was like, well, I guess I died doing what I want to do, Lord. I kept that reality with myself, but at the same time, I know I had to I had to be disarmed. No mace, no anything, no poker, no blade, no nothing. It was just me and God. And with him, I know I can win. So I was like, whatever. Did my duty, did what I had to do, surpassed that and said, Lord, I don't want to do that no more. But I didn't want to hurt people too that was already hurting, but I didn't want to get hurt as well. So I took my prayer and I took my God with me. You know what I mean? Keep the peace because you don't want to kick nobody when they down. They don't want to go from homelessness to jails because the jail was right in back of the homeless camp. So if they wanted to go there, they can be like, yo, they can fuck up and go right there. In fact, they might even have a court down there. Okay? So did y'all hear about this list that's going around with Instagram models that are HIV infected? I didn't hear about that list, but apparently there is one out there, and that lady, Miss Gina too. Gina too. Listen, I'm sorry, right? But her name is Gina too. It reminds me of genitals, but that's where her name is Gina too, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But it's supposed to be a list, and it's like they wonder if she's on this list. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell y'all too. That's very important because you got to listen to certain information that's coming out here. So they said that the reason she linked her disease, and they said that she could have had the disease 8 to 10 years. Maybe she's a carrier. Maybe she's a carrier. Because I know people from back in the days who had AIDS that are still alive today that mess with people that had AIDS too. And they died. So maybe she's a carrier. That's why she didn't have the symptoms and it didn't affect her like that. Now that I think about it. But um what was I just talking about? Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. What was I just talking about? Oh, the list. Okay. Chris Brown, and they compared this before and afters. Some lady, Chief Keef, I remember he was trying to hit me up. I swear on my TikTok, someone impersonating him, but I didn't respond. But I heard of him, and I'm glad I didn't because they said he was connected to her. This lady called in the show called Too Strong. She said my daughter got a baby by him. She's one that don't be in the front line on the front line in the pages and everything. But who else? Another one, they said, but Soldier Boy is connected to her. But believe me, a lot of motherfuckers, that's what they do. They share the same hoes. What that song said, it ain't no fun if the homie don't have none. Now look at your homies, all of y'all. Y'all better go get checked. Even if I get checked, I probably wouldn't tell you, but I would take care of myself. But then I probably would tell you. You know what I mean? I don't know. It depends on the way I feel. If I want to share that with the world. If I don't, I won't. You know what I mean? But for your own soul's sake, I think you should always want to get a good bill of health. And in fact, you know what? I'm glad I'm talking about this too because my insurance when I finally got an appointment to see the doctor, right? They did they took 3 vials of blood from me. And I was mad because I need every fucking ounce I can get of blood for myself. But they charged me $1,000 and some change. I think 1,045 or 1,079. I am challenging it. So they called me back to the hospital and took another like 1 vial of blood. Okay. And you know what? They tested for it came up to $100. I was like, hell no, what's going on? I'm not a sickly person. Why you took all of that blood from me? And what do you mean you didn't test me for the right things? What did you test me for? What the fuck? Why did you take all of that blood from me? Period. I don't want to hear no shit I don't understand. Talk to me in layman terms, meaning terms I understand. Why did you take that blood from me and then charge me $1,000? Now, motherfucker, I ain't sick. I know I just repeated that, but that's what I'm standing on. Who they gave my blood to? Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so what the most important thing about the Gina 2 and the Nick Cannon and Chris Brown story is this. Because it happened in New York. Okay, I have wrote some things down about this. Okay, so New York, if you intentionally in New York and California have the same HIV laws. Okay, so they said, um, okay, in New Jersey, you don't have to tell a person you have AIDS. You do not have to tell. So you are truly at risk. And also in California. New Jersey and California, you do not have to tell an individual you have AIDS. That is like, okay, who is running the government that feels like that is correct? Now, if you a hoe and you a trick, a John, or a prostitute, that's something y'all agreed to. That's whatever. But if you dating, you need to be like, yo, telling that bitch that first. She want to rock with you? That's on her. She have to deal with the consequences. But I don't get that. How can you not be responsible for telling a person that you're carrying a deadly illness around? And they say that Nick Cannon said he had lupus, right? An autoimmune deficiency. That's why they said he had that, because that's what attacks your autoimmune system. Your body is attacking itself and it's basically not fighting anymore. An autoimmune is when your body is not fighting off any diseases anymore. So lupus is very high in the Black community. It is a known disease in the Black community, but I thought, yes, it is a lot of low down brothers these days, and a lot of sisters willing to try everything under the sun. But I thought lupus was only a disease with the women. Yeah, and then monkeypox too. But you know something? Believe it or not, this is strange what I'm about to say, right? In regards to the AIDS, the COVID-19, the monkeypox. At first, I thought it was just for gay men. I had said that to my doctor too. I thought only the gays could get it because I was watching this guy named Walter Lee Hampton III, and he said it was in their community bad when it first broke out. I remember when the first case broke out here in Massachusetts. Let me tell you something though. I was in the thick of the homeless camp. I was there. I even got COVID. Never had COVID until I went around the homeless people. I got that. They ain't really suffering with shit but bad abuse. Like a lot of them have the swords, like the regular swords from like a drug addict, but that shit is not running rampant down here. Them motherfuckers still sharing needles, smoking crack pipes, fucking making cardboard beds, and some more shit. But the bottom line, if they ain't being bombarded with all of them goddamn these pandemic diseases and all of this shit, I mean, literally, their hearts have to stop. Their hearts have to stop. God has to stop their hearts before they feeling something out there, because those people then endured many seasons of everything. Okay, and even the COVID, they sustaining out there. They, man, you would think that they have the worst immune systems, right? It's all of these people that's got the money, which I don't understand that. How do you have like go through what you go through? Listen, check out that celebrity underrated show. Let's help him get a blue check because yo, he's going there. I mean, he talk about celebrity fame and the children. It's a lot of celebrities, kids, and grandchildren that are dying brutally horrific murders out here. I mean, like getting whew, getting shot multiple times, getting ran over, flipping over bridges and shit. Just such a horrific way to die. Like I think the only person that died in his sleep peacefully, R.I.P., is Bill Russell. They say he will always be a Celtic. I think he was the first black coach for the Celtic, but the Celtic team, Celtics. You know what I mean? But Yeah, so many diseases out here and everything, but it's not affecting everybody. I'm telling you. Ugh. I've seen people do some shit to the homeless people. It's very interesting when you're in a position, but you are there, but you're just on the outside looking in and you see how people treat people. I have people to respect me because I told them, I don't give a fuck. I come here all the time. Don't do me like this. When I walk into certain places, people look me up and down, but the owners in them be, hey, how you doing? I'm like, well, thank you. Because I be there 7 o'clock. I found places to go. I wasn't just trying to be around all of that homeless shit, even though I was in that position, and even though I still am until I get the keys to my place. But people wasn't even trying to let people go for 50 cents. People would look through people. Like you could see, like they was happy to see people in that state. I seen some sad stuff, like women who had plastic surgery, like fake tits out there. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like you could tell when people's like just that devil, man. Those lies people tell themselves, they manifest out for the world to see. But yeah, be careful, you know. They ain't gonna tell you like you gotta be careful. Don't drink behind nobody. You really gotta wear gloves because I think monkeypox is somebody said it's on surfaces and it doesn't go away. So I think we're gonna have to get to gloves now because before you should want to because now they're trying to say, okay, so you got the COVID. This is what we, the people, are up against right now, the COVIDs, the monkeypox. And now AIDS is about to resurface again. I think they didn't put some shit in the AIDS. They done made that shit more potent. Okay, and the fentanyl, all of that shit. They just then unleashed on the human beings. Who do you think is doing this? And why do you think? Because the people who were suffering is the sons of men, cancer and everything. I think witchcraft and cancer is associated. I think the witches get the cancer really bad. I think those witches, God say don't mess with those deadly people and that stuff like wizards and warlocks and witchcraft because you know why? It's not good. You can't control the dead or put voodoo on people or and think that nothing's gonna happen to you. You cannot be an agent of the devil and be willing to do things to cause people harm knowing that it works and you have a strong allegiance with the spiritual world that you can do these things, you must know something is going to happen to you. Hmm. You do. Like, like I just saw a video of Young Thug with this guy named Anthony Peanut. Two opposition, two gang oppos, I heard, or whatever. I don't care about all of that shit. But they said they just brought other charges on him, according to Jamil Peterson's YouTube page. That's who I'm reporting this from, allegedly. Listen to this. They said he's on suicide watch. I said to myself, how do you think you can keep doing something and not get caught? That would scare me. That would scare me. If I continuously did something wrong and there is no judgment against it, against me, guess what? You know, it got to be 1,000 times worse in the end for me. My friend Makiba Hayes said, If they don't get you in the rinse, if God don't get you in the rinse, he will get you in the wash. Some of these people are getting gotten in the wash. Mm, that's that. Ugh, your behavior was so bad. Oh, you did. Ooh, I don't know. I could just feel bad for you because you lived such a life that was so. Ooh, look how you went out. Sad. As my brother would say, that's sad. Some people are sad out this bitch, okay? Who else we're gonna talk about? What's something else I wanted to talk about? So Angela Stanton King said that allegedly she thinks that the FBI went and planted something in Trump's house. Now, Trump was supposed to have taken some archived documents. So you did all of that for some fucking documents, bitch, please. Like she said, that man ain't no fool. He ain't stupid. You know they had that nigga under the real with they say the big brother, the real big brother was watching him. He was a renegade. Trump is a renegade. They don't want to fuck with Trump. Trump is not with the program. He gonna show you all the holes in the Swiss cheese. He said, not on my watch. He said, not on my watch. And he meant it. Trump is the third whale that should not be there. But they realize they can't control him. He's gonna run for president in 2024. He's gonna be old as shit. Can we get a young motherfucking president? I think Robert F. Kennedy, rest in peace, and Obama was the youngest looking presidents up in there. And Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton. Can we get another somebody that's like gonna live for a very long time, hopefully? That's gonna have a promise, that's gonna get some shit done. The whole thing with government, and it's sad and unfortunate, they charge us so much for taxes and all of this, but the streets look like shit. There's no solution for the homeless. Like, where's the money going? They must be having a lot of wild parties and shit. You know what's happening? Guess what's happening? Open your eyes. All those people from those countries over there, they're being flooded in the black community. I see a lot of Muslim women wearing those wraps on their head in the community, even their children. People from Somalia is swamping the neighborhoods, taking over the neighborhoods where there was many black people. Now it's just like all different, all types of different races. It's just a few blacks and just Americans in general. You know what I mean? Americans in general, like the regular black and white people that we always was fighting against one another. It's like we all on the outside looking in because these foreigners is coming over here taking the places in the inner cities, in the urban communities. They're giving them jobs so they can pay for them. And it's like that's unfair to us because we get it's a hella thing to go like they doing everything to eliminate the Americans here. Elimination of process, meaning to keep them out of houses, jobs, a lot of stupid shit they doing because a lot of their people are in places of positions of authority. Let's just keep it real. So they're giving their people places. They're doing what the fuck they want. They running amok because they're like, what happened to the people? The when it comes to giving people government housing, they said it's a wait list for 10 years. They ain't putting them over in all of these underpopulated communities. They putting them in these established communities that we didn't established already. It's like we didn't these places already got the people. You know what I mean? They've been up and running. Even the ghetto and the poor is a business. And when you have it already established and set up, All they got to come in here and do is open up shop, learn the neighborhood, put their people over here. Some of them is now even living in the community. Why they ain't comparing their income with the millionaires' incomes? Do you know a person, um um and I don't even know, this just doesn't make sense to me, but a person, your little measly income could be like 30,000. It can be compared to a millionaire's income in that community. Why am I going up against the millionaire when I'm already at a loss? 30,000, 1 million. Does that make sense to you? Then you have these other programs where they getting the money, but what are they doing with it? I met one compassionate young man, and he was Puerto Rican. I was like, "You're Puerto Rican?" He looked Cabo Verde, which means Cape Verdean. And I was like, "Oh," he was like, "Yeah, I am." When I told him my age, he's like, I was like, "Yeah, I am, but I'll take it." You know what I mean? But he was really sweet and nice and kind and respectful. And to be young, his parents raised him well. You know what I mean? Like that young man, he was very, all the young people I meet, I love them. They be feeding me. One day I'm going to tell my sad story, just not today, about a lot of people that I encounter. That's what keeps me grounded. Strangers. Strangers keep me grounded because you know why? Because they're nice to me. When people that I know are not, people that I helped are not, like, I don't even like to tell the shit I go through. I'll be embarrassed. I'm like, damn. And people be like, but it happened. You know what I mean? And it's just so embarrassing and painful to talk about. But when I meet strangers, they make me feel like I never experienced any of that bullshit that I endured. It's just as real as it get. I gotta clean this room today. It ain't a much, but I'm still gonna do it. So I got two packages, one from Redbubble. Of course, I always order my own things, you know, and one for Canva. Canva is where I create all my designs. And I know right now this is my Dewberry stickers. I want to see how they look. I'm gonna put these at truck stops. Okay. Ooh, these is car sticker. Oh, look, double packaging. And this is their message. It always seems impossible until it's done. Very, I like the cursive writing. I swear, once I get situated, I'm gonna really get into the education part. Excuse me, I said that all fucked up and wrong. I'm gonna get into my education and start learning more about the computer because you know I do like it. But I'm a person that's on and off. This is a struggle for me, so I really don't like it, but I need to learn it because I'm not going anywhere with it. This is their bag design. Oh, Canva got a nice bag. I like that. This is I designed these stickers, and this is my favorite, one of my favorite YouTube channel guys. So I'm gonna put this on my car. I thought it look official, like he running for president. I always say Dewberry and Charles White. I be like Dewberry, and Charleston White for president. So look, I was able to create this, and I did. And it's just basically his name. Watch, like, follow, share on YouTube at Anthony Dewberry official page. Boom. So you can know where to go and find my brother. So I did 5 of these stickers. So I'm gonna post them all up and down the East Coast at some of the restaurants. That sounds like that's where I'm gonna put the stickers at. One of my bumper. I guess my car is mine forever because I'm bumpering it, putting bumper stickers and all types of stickers on there. Yes. I design my stickers is is more better designed, or not designed, but better than one of my favorite places, Dave's Hot Chickens. They need to let me do their design. I could fucking hold on, excuse me. So I'm at my goal with the design. Excuse me, I met my goal with the design. I made over 100 designs because, I'm by myself and I'm a homebody. So it was good to pick up where I left off. So this right here is Redbubble, where I sell my products. And I also buy my own products too. I need to support myself. So, of course, my Boston sign. And it's so funny. Look what I got. Trump is our last hope sticker. This is a transparent sticker. I'm gonna put it on my window once I get my car washed. I love that. Of course, Boston, Massachusetts is where I'm from, and yeah, my shit's big because that's what I want you to see who I am and what I do. Look at this, Yessy Hearts, Yessy Heart, Yessy Heart Bay. This was the most liked sticker, and so I'm gonna put this on my window too. Okay, but Yessy Heart Bay. So I created this one too. And is that it? Oops, is that it? Well, yeah, I guess I only ordered 3 stickers. So I'm about to design, and I love them. I'm going to get my car cleaned, and I'm about to design my stuff for my house. I'm going to design some coasters, my bed duvet cover, my bathroom set. I'm gonna customize it so that it's my name and my design, and I'm gonna just put my name up there. So my design company is gonna be called Yessy Heart. It's like my first name and half of my first name and half of my middle name. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching. Let me see who else is on. And you know what? Have a wonderful day, damn it. Period.